Now then, how's everyone doing? Good to see you all. Woo. What's everyone been up to? Much? I've just finished soundcheck with Rob, and it is sounding so good. He's really going to bring something else to the show tonight, which I'm well excited for. It's going to be wicked. I just need to post out on Facebook. 1 second. We've just been talking, and we've pretty much just done the whole live stream chat. We've just been catching up and talking all sorts of stuff. It's been really good. But as I say, soundcheck sounded ace, so I'm really looking forward to hearing what he's going to do tonight. Anyways, well done, Amy. First in the comments. Michael, how you doing? Good to see you. Amy, nice to see you. Steve-o, mate. Good to see you, man. I tell you what, I love the fact that everyone just catches up in the comments. It's such a cool little community here, it's ace. James, how you doing? You're well pixelated again. Hooray! Hopefully it will improve as time goes on. As long as you can hear me. That's all that matters. Well, it doesn't. I mean, obviously I want it to be not pixelated. But right now, that's all I can offer. You can hear me, but you can't see me. That's fine. So the last time Rob came on, I think it was his first stream. But now he's like an absolute don at it. He's a pro. He's bringing all the tricks. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you, mate. Steve, mate. Hey, Maggie. By the way, Casper, I've been watching your new videos, man. They're wicked. Keep it up. Smashing it. And if your heart's in the right place, then your time is now. People say we can do all kinds of things, but if your life's gone the wrong way, it's time to turn it around. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, don't you think? Nothing in this life will come free. You get out what you put in. Something's got to give. Do you remember when you were young? Did you think we'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. We are so strong. We are still holding on. And if your mind's in a dark place and you're searching for lights, get up, get out, never give it up. You know that you can trust in us. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, don't you think? Nothing in this life will come free. You get out what you put in. Something's got to give. Do you remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. We are so strong. We are still holding on. You remember when you 'cause I know that I did so strong, did so strong. Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. We are so strong, we are still holding on. You remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did so strong, did so strong. Cheers, guys. Right. How's everyone's day been anyways? Is everyone doing all right? Right, okay, I'm just going to jump right into the show, I think, because Rob's got a lot to say tonight. Are you ready, Rob? Rob? Let's see.
Yeah, that's on my side, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. What an introduction. Straight in there. How's it going?
How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you. I thought you were on the phone or something. I was like, are you ready? Are you good? And then you were like, yo.
No, it's just...
Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming on again.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I like the introduction you gave in the way that you said he's a pro at doing the stream. And I certainly entered like a pro then, didn't I?
I should have. I was ready to bring you on, but then I wasn't sure if I was going to just bring you up and you'd be like a rabbit in headlights kind of thing. Just like, I'm going to have to go. Bye.
No, man. I was watching.
No, you are, mate. Honestly.
I was watching your song. It was quality, man.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like considering the first time that you did a live stream was with me, which I hold that close to my heart, man. It was cool that I could bring you into the online, the live streaming world. You are smashing it. Like the stuff that you're putting out is great. Like you were talking about doing like Skype ones now, or Zoom rather. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you bringing me in on this because it did like, you know, maybe it was inevitable because this is the way it's all going. But yeah, that was great that we got to do that first one because it really lit a fire under me afterwards because it made me think, yeah, let's do more of these. And I did more performances and then managed to like hook up with people I hadn't seen in years and rekindle like music projects and things. And yeah, it's really cool. And like I was saying to you before, we started doing this beat making thing as well, which is like over Zoom with a couple other music producers, and we're going to start releasing these as like 10-minute videos on YouTube as well of us transforming random samples into like beats that we've basically made out of whatever random sample that we're given. So it's really cool. We give ourselves the name the Beatty Boys. Like, you know, there's three of us. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
The one that you sent me the other day. So is that like a taster of what's to come? That
was
the public now.
Yeah, that was just kind of playing with the format a little bit. So I made this video of like just me transforming 3 random samples. So we basically get the random sample by putting in a random date generator into the charts and a random number, and we pull out whatever was, say, 33 on the 12th of June 1941 or whatever, and then we have to make a beat out of that sample. And yeah, so that was just kind of playing with the format a little bit, but it's a really cool thing to do. Like, you know, if people don't know, like you know, that's what I do, a rap and I make beats, and I write poetry and I perform, and it's just a really good way to keep yourself on your own toes. Do you know what I mean? And keep your creative juices going.
What I love about the video, if that is like you said, you were kind of working out the format and stuff. We kind of touched earlier on about how I really enjoyed how fast paced it was. You know, in the sense that when I was listening to it, I wasn't waiting for the finished result for ages and ages and ages. It was kind of like, here's what we're gonna do, this, and then I was like blown away by the amount of information that you were given. You know, obviously the song itself, there's lots of different parts of the song and stuff, and then you kind of go, that's what I want, chop, 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 and then the next minute you've got this like sample, and you like bring out the next, like the finished product. It just, it was,
We
like
might be
I
able
say,
to give,
fast paced but entertaining. Really good.
we might be able to give people some context here, because I might be able to, hopefully. Otherwise, this is dead air. Yeah, so this was the sample that we got given, right?
Right, said Fred, both of us together, one each end and steady as we go. Tried to shift it, couldn't even
Can't
lift
believe
it.
this was in
He
the
was
chart.
getting nowhere. And
I mean, it's genius, right? You can't believe that's in the charts at all. But you know what? The best thing, and I say it in the video, you listen to that whole song and you're like, the songwriting of this is genius. It's like, it's
Yeah.
comedy songwriting, and you
Yeah.
clock what he's saying, you get past all the silliness, and you're like, this is like, this took some craft. But yeah, so it was like, you know, you hear this.
right, said
You hear that, and then you flip it and you turn it into.
This one stood out so much for me when I was listening to it, because
It's got, I like it. It's got a nice little vibe on it, and
yeah, it really has.
it's like, I love finding samples that it's like, oh, there's so much life in that sample, but the guy who made it didn't know that it could, you know, that it was ever going to be intended to sound like this. Like the art of
Yeah.
sampling, like, it's amazing, man. Like repurposing music. It's this, and there's such a skill to it. Like we've had some serious challenging samples that we come up with. Like one of them was PJ and Duncan song, an Ant and Deck song.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the
Yeah.
worst. So I just said that last one had like craft and songwriting about it.
Not so
Nah,
much for that one.
No, not at all.
Little bit less.
Yeah, but it's like the challenge was there, you know, like underneath all of
Yeah.
that shit, all of that like
Yeah.
terrible, like, you know, kind of amateur songwriting. That, and I'm not being too harsh there. Do you know what I mean? It's just they position
truth.
themselves as artists. They put themselves
Yeah.
out there. You know, they're open to criticism. That's how it comes. But yeah, underneath all of that kind of amateur songwriting, there's a little bit of a sample that you can turn into a beat. You know what I mean? And it's
Well, so is this coming out on the? Is this already done? Have you got this?
no, I've
for the
not.
next
No, I've not done that
series
one.
as
Like
well?
I say, I've got about 30 of them just sat on my computer, so I've not made them all out into videos. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Mate,
Yes, it's
honestly, I
cool. It's
can't
good.
wait to
It's
see
really
that.
it's kept me entertained in lockdown, and then it's pushed on to other things. It's forced me to learn more about video editing and kind of push that skill, and
Yeah.
so, you know, there's many kind of positives about being stuck in the house and being like, right, what are we going to do with hardly any resources? We can't call people. We can't, you know, we can't get people.
What I did like about what you first said was you were kind of rekindling, you know, old relationships and friendships and stuff with people that you probably saw very few amount of times over the years due to whatever reason, you know, both
Yeah.
living your lives and stuff. I
Yeah.
feel exactly the same. Like, I'm so surprised I know this many people. Like, I've been doing this for like 74 shows now. I'm really surprised I know that many people. But what also is good about it is that, like, I've caught up with people and hearing about what they're bringing out and what they're doing, and it's not always about like me just living in my own little bubble anymore. It's like I feel like I'm reconnecting with people, and also understanding that, you know, it's people are struggling, but also people are, you know, and you can offer a helping hand and be able to go, do you know what, I can help you with that. And
it just makes for a much easier life for everybody, you know. And then also the flip side of it, they're able to help me in other aspects. Do you know what I mean? So I just find it amazing how disconnected I was before, and feel a lot more connected now, which is strange.
No, I hear yeah, I hear that because what you're actually doing with this thing is, on the surface you're creating content, but really you're creating a network and a community, and it's like, you know, people are not going to discriminate. Then if you need a helping hand or something in real life, they're not going to go, nah, Matt, we only have a relationship on the internet. I'm not actually,
Yeah.
It's like you build
And then I'm
these however you build these links with people, you build them, and
Yeah.
it's great. Like, I have a friend who completely different, but he runs a podcast, and he has, like, in a completely different, not music oriented at all, but he runs a podcast, and he has done, like, for about 5 or 6 years before the podcast thing kind of took off. And I said,
Right.
what made you start? And he said, I just wanted to know everybody in my industry. And I think if you give them a platform for them to come on, all of a sudden, he does know everybody in his industry. And it's like, oh man, that's such a good tool to use as well. Not that everything has to be used for something
No, of
else. Do you
course
know what I
not.
mean? Because you do, it is also about the content. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really cool thing to be able to do. Like, I mean, I've got years ago, when I won this world championship for this MCing world championship with this group, this competition called End of the Week, and I've jumped on these. It's all around the world. This people, they've got, like, there are organizations in loads of different countries, and I haven't spoken to some of those people in like 9-10 years, and like I've been on the I've been on the Zoom calls with them, like, and performing and talking and just listening, and that's been amazing. Like, I went away from it like being wow, because in my mind I kind of thought, oh, I guess I've fallen out of that loop. But then when we got back in on the chat, there was so much love, and it was like, yo, you're back already. I'll do some bars, all this kind of thing. And yeah, it's special, man. Yeah,
Absolutely.
So,
I think everyone's had to slow down a little, but then also adapt and then speed back up again. Because, like, I feel like there was a short window where everyone's kind of like scratching the noodle and thinking, what do I do now? And then once you start to get the ball rolling, like, honestly, mate, like, it isn't easy what you're doing. Like, to be able to, you might think it is now because you understand it all, but like, to put yourself in a Zoom chat with everybody and have like playback and good sounding audio and all that sort of stuff, you learn so much. But now you've got that, you're able to use those tools to be able to catch up with people that as you say, you've not seen or spoke to for 10 years, which is awesome.
you're right. You're right in terms of, I forget that actually even the plugging things in and knowing what to do and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like, how different was it when you messaged me a few weeks ago to do the first one? I was like, bro, I'm going to need some help, bro. I'm going to try it the day before. How do we get on? And this time I messaged you, I was like, 6:30. It'll just take me 2 minutes. And it is.
I was like, sound check at half 5, and you went, no, I'll see it. I'll see it at half 6. I was like, fine. If you've got it, you've got it.
Woke up, man. I'm just having a nap. I was like,
yeah, man.
No,
couldn't get more chilled than that.
But no, for real, and I think it's important for everyone because it's just adapting, isn't it? It's like this is the way, like, not just our industry or our craft or whatever is evolving. It's like pretty much everything. Yeah, I've just had a look at the comments for the first time, and I see that Michael Cope says that he knows the sample well, and yeah, man, good. I knew of it. It was kind of always there in the periphery of, like, this collection of music that you're just vaguely aware of, but I'd never ever sat down and listened to it. And the other beautiful thing about sampling is you actually sit down and really pay attention to the music, because you're thinking, how can I flip this, transform it, make it mine? But at the same time, it forces you into really being present and listening to the music. And I have come across, like, throughout my whole life, so much music that I would never have known about if it wasn't for looking for samples and trying to make into hip hop tracks or something. So there's that side to it as well, because going looking for samples is digging culture. It's called digging, and it's a whole culture in itself. You know what I mean? It's a whole kind of subculture of music obsessed nerds basically who go around the world looking for rare samples that no other producers ever touched.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but I don't want to put another make it more complicated than it is in the never-ending world of social media and stuff like that. But TikTok right now is absolutely like fire for samples and resampling stuff.
All right.
So that
Okay.
maybe might be a place for you to drop some at least snippets of your content out.
Perhaps
Because
I know things are gonna go to TikTok. I don't want. I don't care about it. I kind of
no, I'm not saying you don't have to care about it, but it's a platform that has
yeah.
a huge organic reach, and if you've got the content already of you sampling something like that, it wouldn't surprise me if it got the traction that it deserved more organically than it been held back through the algorithm of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of thing. You've done the work, the sake of uploading it onto another platform that's currently buzzing for that sort of stuff. I mean, I don't really I can't quite get my head around it, but my wife, she's obsessed with TikTok, and she's showing me like loads of different new samples of types of music that's been resampled, and they even do like breakdowns of the samples and stuff as well, and like how they did it.
Okay.
And
So there's that
pretty
side
cool.
to it, because all I see is the like relentless ads that you get about TikTok, and it just automatically annoys me, and I just feel like, you know
Yeah, I
what,
can imagine. Yeah,
I don't need another social media kind of
distraction.
validation tool and
Yeah,
distraction and all that
I
kind of
quite agree with
messaging.
you. I think my wife just said that I hate TikTok, which I do. Well, I don't hate it. It doesn't do anything for me, other than the fact that every now and then she'll go, "Oh, have you heard this song?" Or she'll put a song on from Spotify, and I'll be like, "Oh, where did you hear that from?" And she was like, "Oh, it's just like the trending song at the moment that's on TikTok, and it's actually really good."
Right, yeah.
But as I say, it might, if you've done the legwork already for the sake of an upload, it might give you the organic reach that you probably deserve.
Maybe, do you know what, you were right about the live streams, so I might just take a look. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like you say, the work's been done, hasn't it? It's just
Yeah, that's it. I'm not saying spend any more hours on it. Just
no, I
pop it
know.
up.
It's just, do you know what it is? I'm scared of becoming a 14-year-old girl. I think that's what it is. So I hear TikTok and I think, oh, if I start using that, because originally that's what it was kind of marketed towards.
Exactly, but yeah,
But I
of
know
course it
it's,
was.
but they
But
all were. Yeah, I know.
Instagram was originally solely for photographers. It was
I
for
know.
people wanting a
Yeah,
platform for people to put up their arty-farty photos.
yeah,
Yes, there is still that. And people are still trying to make it something special. But the reality of it is, it's just another platform for people to put photos of the dinner. Now,
yeah. You're right. And do you know what it is? Can on one side of the conversation you be bigging up how important it is for digital connections, and then the other side being snobby about a platform.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to challenge my own kind of.
It's food for thought, mate. I
Yeah,
just thought I'd
yeah,
drop it in there. I don't, I tried it for a little while for the assembly point videos and stuff,
yeah.
and it got a little bit of traction, but not.
Right.
The reason why I brought it up, and I wouldn't have brought it up for any other reason than based on what you've just shown me there and the video, it occurred to me that is prime for that
Sure,
that
sure.
audience. So
I might look into it, man. I mean,
sweet,
what's
no worries
this?
if not.
Yeah,
Just figured.
yeah,
I'm very aware now. We've been chatting for 25 minutes. I'm so
sure.
dying to hear what you're doing, especially after the sound check, man. Like it sounded so cool, and you're really mixing it up tonight. You were talking about because last time you were, if people were here in the chat before, Rob did like a really stripped back keys vocal like set, 3 songs, and he was like he wants to do something a little different tonight, which I'm well up for. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah. So,
What's
thanks, man. It was like, yeah, last time I got the keys out and we did like the strip back thing, which is how previous to lockdown I was doing a lot of live shows. But last year I also did this project called Verse Day, which is on my YouTube channel, and it was basically like for 12 weeks I did like a verse and on one of my beats um every Thursday. So that's why I went for Verse Day, because it sounds slightly like Thursday. Clever, right? So yeah, I was thinking I
ya.
could perform some of them. And because there's 12 of them, I did them in order. So I figured that if we just, I haven't really planned it. So like, if you want to give me a number between 1 and 12, I'll just pick out whichever one that is and just
Me?
perform that.
Or the comments?
Whomever. Let's go. Should we go to the comments and bring the people
Yeah,
them
first
in?
number that comes up in the comments. Come on, first number in the comments. I think it's going to be 7. I mean, I don't know. 3.
3. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. 3 is one of my favorite as well.
Sweet.
So, okay. Here we go.
I'm going to make you full screen. Otherwise, it's just going to be me dancing in the like a dork in the window to the next to you. So I'm going to make you full screen, mate, and give you full stage.
So all these that I do are like 2 minutes long, basically. They're just little short ideas, things that didn't quite turn into full songs. But yeah, so here we go. I only write what I know, show my life when I flow. Every line's a window you see inside of my soul. All the highs and the lows, all the driving to shows, spending nights on my own, spitting rhymes on the road, the freestyle in the poems, the piles of notepads. I go back through them, view them as memories, it's like they're photos. I got my nose to the grindstone, I'll take it if you're not giving, not quitting yet, you'd have to take away my oxygen. I've done my share of door banging and lock picking. I learned that when opportunity knocks, listen, open up, the plot thickens, leave the blocks quick, and I'm sprinting cause the clock's ticking. Do not quit, and I'm gripped by the mysteries of life, my intuition kicking in, convincing me I'm right. As inch by inch I see the light, that which was depleted I plead to return to me. That energy, that urgency, that burning desire, that fire and furnace heat, that perseverance, that work ethic, that perspective, that passion just to try something and not perfect it. That curious journey, that willingness to be confused in your 30s, that humility to embrace a skill that's new and to learn it. And them conscientious moments of gently spoken compliments that complement that non-judgmental openness, that magnum opus, that classic, that creative habit that became automatic, that patient craft and that spontaneous magic, that irresistible idea, that persistent inspiration, that pain, that anger, that fury, that conviction, that impatience, that blind faith, that ignorance to drive on and never apply brakes, convinced the road you're on is the right one. That's why I write songs.
Mate,
There you go.
wow.
That's a taste.
Honestly, man. Oh, man. Like, let's keep them going. Let's do another one. Mate, honestly, it sounds incredible. The flow and everything, like, just, oh, God. The lyrical content in that just hit me, man. I loved it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, all right. Give us another number then. What should we go for?
Next was 10.
10. Okay. Yeah. 10. All right. This is one of my favorites as well. So some of these differ, like some of them are quite harder, and some of them, like obviously my style is influenced by like hip hop, by folk, singer-songwriter kind of music, but you know, a lot of rap and and I like to honor all of that. So some tracks are hard, some tracks are more chilled, like that last one. This one's actually chilled, so I don't know why I'm talking about being hard, but nonetheless, I wrote this for the artists. And I wrote this for the artists, for the painters, for the poets, for the rappers, for the writers and composers, for the illustrators and vocalists. The world needs you more than you know it. And at your lowest, at your bleakest and darkest and brokest, at your weakest when it's hardest to focus, and it all feels hopeless. The world needs you more than you know it. Do what you love and you won't work a single day in your life. But a word of warning before you take that advice. You might have to work a part-time job in a call center to afford rent to do what you love, but it won't be forever. Suffer now and celebrate in the future. Take that ball of clay and gradually reshape it to suit you till it starts to consume your life. The amount of work you put in, I mean, it's verging on violating human rights. It's why it's late and you're still wide awake on Tuesday night. 10,000 hours, child's play, you do it twice. Ideas show up when it's most inconvenient. Try going to sleep, but passion is so disobedient, and this isn't a choice. It's more of an obsession as your one-track mind prioritizes progression, though you may never get your day in the sun. Fame, riches and wealth, well, they may never come, and some may say it was in vain, and they may claim that you're dumb to chase what you love when you could have just played it safe and got a stable income. But they will never know the place you come from, so they won't understand your rationale. So never feel like you have to ration your passion out. And I wrote this for the artists, for the painters, for the poets, for the rappers, for the writers and composers, for the illustrators and vocalists. The world needs you more than you know it. And at your lowest, at your bleakest and darkest and brokest, at your weakest when it's hardest to focus, and it all feels hopeless. The world needs you more than you know it. The world needs you more than you know it. For
Mate.
the artists. Yeah.
You are proper messing with me today, man. That is like proper like mate, so good. Like just the whole concept of that just hit home for me, mate.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a time, isn't there? There's a time when you kind of like you make that transition between from I don't know about you, for me it was like egotistical, relentless kind of self-belief and drive into like perspective and maybe kind of your ego begins to dissolve a little bit, and you get I don't just want to say that it's because you're getting older, because it's not, because I certainly know people who've not made that kind of or begun to make that transition, but I couldn't have written that song without accepting the fact that, like, as an artist, you know, you're not guaranteed to go to the stars and just become this kind of messiah figure. You just have to do your art. Like, you just have to practice your craft, innit? And I wanted to write a tune for all the people that were somewhere in between all of that and wrestling with living in the world but wanting to make their art. And I just wanted to write something that was like, we need that. We need your art, you know? And especially 100%. Like now, we need art. We need ideas and statements of intention.
During this, when you talk about those two sort of moments, where was there any element of self-doubt? Because for me, there was an in-between, you see. So there was the ego side of I'm absolute dead cert. I know exactly where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And then there was a moment of, oh my God, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I don't know, like, everything that I ever previously did was not worth jack. and then now I have got more clarity than ever, and I needed that transition of understanding that, well, first of all, we talked about this last time, that this never-ending level of trying to pursue perfection that doesn't exist can cripple you. But it's okay to have, this is why there was a line in it where you were saying about, like, pursue and do what you love, but if you have to work a part-time job to fund, you know, what we would class as normal life, you know, paying rent, all that sort of stuff, that's okay, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I always used to battle with, oh, I'm a musician, I'm not allowed to work or do anything else. But it's just in your own head.
Yeah, because it's more, I mean, it's crazy because that's more of a question of identity, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more of a question of how you see yourself and how you want the world to see yourself, which is a question of identity and why that's important to you. And your first point about self-doubt, and you classed it as a moment of self-doubt. I would say self-doubt is the norm. Like maybe like now you're right. I know what I'm doing and I've accepted it, and it's fine. And I know that I'm one of them guys. I'm like, listen, I'll be making music in some way, shape, or form until the day that my body can't do it anymore. But that's something that I had to learn about myself. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's the transition that I meant is because I think that was the tipping point of you either continuing with it or not continuing or not doing it. Like
sure, because sorry,
no, go ahead. I was literally just saying. I'll let you just go ahead, mate. I was just gonna say there's literally a moment where I was just like, I don't think I'll ever play again properly. I might dabble a little bit and just do it for my own like sanity, just because I can, and why waste a talent of when I can just. It definitely gave me a release, even if I performed in front of people or not, but then I kind of got over that, and it was more about it's less about the ego side now, and I realized that I felt like I was in a far, far better place, definitely still full of not doubt, but yeah, I think what I'm trying to get at is there was a middle ground somewhere where it was like a make or break moment of whether I do it or not.
To be full of doubt is not a failure. It means that you're constantly checking yourself. It means that you're constantly saying, am I doing the right thing? It's just navigating. It's just making sure that you're staying on track. Like, there's nothing wrong with doubt. And I think especially like if you're an artist, you're entering any kind of creative industry at the front end, like the creative end, unless you've got a really wealthy patron or you come from money or whatever else it is, it's impossible not to doubt, because it's not set up really to support artists, because in the industry's mind, that in any of creative industries, there's so many of us, until enough traction is made for them to believe there's only one of you and there can only ever be one, and then you're special. When you're young, that's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get that I'm special.
Yeah.
But and you've got to the point that it sounds like I've got to, which is that I would suggest most people, well, I don't know. You've got to the point which I think I'm at as well, which is like, look, I just do this. Like, this is just what I do. Do you know what I mean? Me aside, whatever. It didn't have to be like this. You know what I mean? We're doing this for our soul, or not just for our pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I quite agree with you, and that's why I think you're really messing with my emotions tonight, man, by playing both those songs back to back. Were like just hit home, like straight up. I love them both. So
thank you, man. You guys pick the numbers. There's some other ones that maybe we'll
let's go. I think we'll just do it. I think let's get another two back to back, because obviously we're gonna. I want to get as much out of you when it comes to these songs. I want people to hear them. So should we go for? Let's have a look. What was the next number? I think that was 10, wasn't it? So next one was 3. Oh no, we've done 3. So we've done 3, 10, 5 was next.
5. Okay, this is one of the harder ones. Ooh, so this is more like, this is where I go into my kind of more lyrical, just rapping for rapping's sake. No, that's a lie. I'm not rapping for rapping's sake. I'm having more fun with just kind of playing with the rhymes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the amazing things about rap is that you can actually, you can write a rap and it's all about how you bend and shape all the patterns, and it's just sport. You know what I mean? Like, for me, sometimes it's just sport. Sometimes we can really try and trigger emotions and everything, or we can get things off our chest. But sometimes it's just about playing with the words. Yeah. I step back from my setbacks, reset what I'm thinking, roll my head back and stay steadfast in my vision till the day I'm pissing in bedpans and I'm dribbling. I set standards so you can expect that lyricism, a disciplined master made a death pact with ambition. Now let that sink in while this next chapter is written. They said they were real, They were ex-machina, really. Well, I'm exact as Pep's tactics at Manchester City, that X Factor. I'm way more Lauren Hill than Simon Cowell. I ain't hyper now, I quieten down, and I'm the wise old owl. Work smarter, not harder, carve a niche. Start believing even deeper till I start to part the sea. I'm pushing that next phase of evolution after human. Lucid visions and my pituitary gland protruding. Isaac Newton type of insights that Apple loosens. Looking at the world as if it's Fibonacci's blueprint. Set to the world of a Vivaldi movement. Either I've tapped into something or it's a wild illusion. A mile in my shoes to tire you out. I make a guess, you're perspiring now. Well, you could tell I'm an intense fella. I used to go out and drink 10 Stellas. Now I spend the weekend in my cellar, developing magic like Penn and Teller. Ladies and gentlemen, tell a friend I'm intelligent, zealous, and zen mellowed while you vent jealous energy. My pen tells a story that won't end till I feel every tent at Coachella. I embellish any beat that I vocal and compel you to respect it like the Reaper approached you. I don't need to know you, I know life and I trust it. I glow where there's no light, I'm so bright and illustrious. And it's a cold climate, a cloak, climb to the summit so I hold tight. I'm focused, my whole mind is adjusted. I'm here, fully present and ready to play the long game. In a world of vacant souls who desperately want fame. They're willing to do anything if it gets them on stage. You just know they're gonna miss their integrity one day. Yeah. Woo. We're barring up here.
Wicked, mate. Love it.
Yes. And of course, yeah, I put all these beats together as well. So yeah, there you go.
Mate,
yeah,
mega
that's the-
talented.
Oh, appreciate it.
So good. I just wouldn't even know where to start when it comes to that style. Obviously, you've spent many years crafting it and all that sort of stuff. What I would, sorry, before we talk about that, before you were talking about rapping for rapping's sake, you did, if for anyone that wants to sort of look up a little bit more about Rob, you did a TED Talk where you started with a rap and you went absolutely mental on this rap, and then you were like, what did I even just say? And then you just went so into depth about what it is you're trying to talk about, and like it's more than just spitting bars or whatever it might be. And I found that so inspiring and like hugely relatable, as opposed to just rapping for rapping's sake, like you say. Instantly, like you got my attention by starting with such a hard hitting track, and then explaining that maybe some of those more melancholy ones, or even like meaningful words that you say, sort of they mean more to you than just spitting for the sake of it.
Yeah, for sure. Again, that was a kind of transition point. So I felt like I'd spent. So first of all, thanks, man. Thanks for watching it, and thanks for appreciating it. I think that I'd spent so much time writing, kind of like trying to perfect the craft of writing, and one of the ways to do that is just to write, lyrics, reams and reams and reams of lyrics, just try and be clever. And I just got to a point where I was feeling like you can do so much more with this, like you can really give people an experience. Like it's good. But I kind of make the point as well somewhere in the TED Talk. I made sure that I said this, which is still good to do that. It's still fine to do that, but it's kind of like don't misuse this platform at the same time. You know what I mean? Like you can really. One of my favorite artists is a rapper called Brother Ali, and he once, in this really poignant verse, he says, just the way he phrased it was perfect. He was like, "This is your chance to say something, and you're wasting it." And I've never got over that idea. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is your chance to say something and you're wasting it, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of that idea, and definitely, yeah, go ahead and watch the TED Talk if you're interested. It's yeah, it's cool.
It was a really good watch, mate, and like, because I knew you before. I was watching your stuff before we sort of got to know each other through this medium and stuff like that, under the umbrella of Jack Flash and that kind of thing, and very much like Aunt Sofa, and I kind of saw your sound developing to more like, I don't know, would you class it as spoken word or poetry? I don't know, like, you know, where it's like you've got like a body of music playing and then you're just trying to project all
I
your
think
thoughts.
yeah, it's just that. That is probably the best way to describe it. It's a body of music, and you're trying to project all your thoughts. And if I was a better singer, I'd probably sing it all. Do you know what I mean? But it's like for me, it's just always been. It's just all come together. Like when I write something, lyrics come. Lyrics come at the same time as the beat comes. A lot of these beats that I've been playing, I've written lyrics to, and I've just put them to the side or whatever, and it's all just one big expression, and that's kind of what it is. I didn't choose. I didn't ever think, right, I'm going to try and be a rapper. I was, ever since a kid, I wanted to write poetry, and then it just felt natural. It's just fell in love with music, so that naturally goes with. I love rap music. So what happens if I rap, and then that becomes something else, and then you find your own way, and along the way, you've kind of got all these sounds and styles which you understand because you've not, I've not gone into any of these half-hearted. I've studied these. Do you know what I mean? I've really put in work of like, let me try and write like in this style, and then once I've mastered that, I can make it my own. You know what I mean? But it's just all love for the craft. I just it's because I'm obsessed with just sitting down and doing it. I always have been.
You can absolutely 100% tell. I mean, even going back to the beginning of the conversation where we're talking about you doing, taking what do you call them? Taking a stem and
yeah, the samples. Yeah.
I'm just so uncool. Sampling, like to be able to take another thing and turn it into something else, and then same with your lyrics on top. And honestly, mate, like, yeah, you can really tell you're so like tuned in with what it is you want to sort of put out and stuff like that. It's really good, man.
I appreciate it, man. And now it's beginning to get to a point where it's like I've just got an abundance of stuff. Like I literally have so much
time
stuff
as well during lockdown to get on with it, which is good.
Yeah,
So.
but all I've done is make more stuff. It's like do you know what I mean? I've just built up on the pile of stuff. Like, and I think that it's taken me years to realize that actually my principal interest is the intrinsic one. I'm only really interested, more so than anything else, of doing it. Like I love the making, I love the performing. I think naturally I'm an introvert, so I can't put myself out there that much without it feeling exhausting. But making the stuff is like the best thing on earth, and just satisfies every box in my head. And that would explain why I can sit on stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I'll make something and then I'll just leave it. And I've got friends who are like, "You're not putting that one out. That one's crazy. Get that one out." And it's harder work for me to let go of things and just be like, "Cool, then let's put it out," than just to move on to the next one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, you can't get it wrong. Everyone's just weird in their own way. Do you know what I mean?
I think. Yeah, but I also think now is your time to put stuff out because you're in a.
And I have
you're
been
in
doing
a world.
that.
You have. But you're in a world where it doesn't have to be all packaged and perfectly pristine and all. You can literally give the people the same experience that you have of you basically having a hard drive of music for your pleasure and just sort of sat there going, you can now put it out in the world without having to like.
It's true, you're right, because when I first started to put music out in 2008, it was like I had a guy who was who was funding the operation a little bit, but we'd drive down to London and get PR campaigns and make sure that we had a video at the right time and all this kind of thing. And we made a little bit of noise, but I feel like now it's like, nah, man, you can literally just spend the afternoon, Photoshop cover, boom, boom, boom. I filmed a video for one of my recent tracks, literally sat 3 feet away from where I'm sat now. It's like on my phone. So
it's crazy, honestly. I would even go as far to say you don't even need Photoshop these days. There's a free app called Canva, which is unreal. It's insane.
It's true.
Like you literally have every editing software and suite on this device here that you possibly need to be able to put anything out. You can film videos and lyric videos and everything.
But I'm looking. I can't. I get excited at the idea of getting more and more music out, and there's just loads there. But I'm just, like I say, I'm more excited about making it, which is crazy.
Uh-huh.
But
No,
I
it's
need
good, man.
another me that's like just the inverse of me. That's just like
Yeah.
that'd be great, wouldn't it? If you had,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think you just got to do what's right for you, man, and just do it. But as I say, like, I just think it's a cool time to be putting music out. You don't have to have this
It's true.
sweet, perfect album cover.
If
And
everyone who's tuned in, no, you're so right. I remember my early stuff as well. Probably the same with you. We put so much thought and time into
yeah,
those and getting people to work for you and do things, and the amount of like hoops there was to jump through and people we had to blag.
and the money you invested in actually
and the
getting
money,
physical
yeah,
copies and
yeah,
all sorts, and
it's not there now.
no, don't need it.
But
But anyway.
unfortunately, a lot of us sit underneath the algorithm as well. That's the price we pay. You know, we get lost in the algorithm.
But the algorithm doesn't matter if you just if it's just for you. If you know, it's you're not in the algorithm if you're just leaving it on the hard drive.
Correct. There's a great book actually I suggest called "Show Your Work" by I think it's called Austin Kleon. I don't know if you've come across this.
Can't say have. I will check that out.
I think you'd like it. I think just based on our conversations, I think you'd like that. Yeah. Nice, short, easy book to kind of digest as well. And I'm not suggesting you can't read long books.
I can't read. I'm so glad you said that, mate. I was like, does it come in audiobook form? I'm like,
it probably actually does, to be honest.
great.
But either way, the important thing is you engage with the information that's in there. It's kind of helps me. It's helped me gain the perspective, you know, like. But yeah. Should we have some more music?
Yeah, man. I was going to say, like, you mentioned about doing something completely off the cuff.
Oh yeah, okay, freestyling. Yeah,
that's the one. God, I'm so uncool.
Just you're from the guitar band.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So how do you want to do it? What's the crack? You kind of really quickly just said, "Oh, well, I'm going to do a bit of this," and do you fancy me doing some freestyle? And I was like, "Oh yeah, why not?" What? So
yeah.
What does it take?
All right. So the freestyling is like just making everything up as you go along, basically. So I haven't written any of these lyrics down, so anything that I say is just going to be just completely improvised. So you could give me a subject that you wanted me to talk about, or you could give me people in the comments. You could put some random words up. That could be really cool.
Let's do that. That sounds cool. We'll need like fast, quick fire. Like if people can just keep writing words, is that how you want it, or do you want like?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, you can give
just
me
keep the comments going, you know. So then there's lots for you to pick from, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And just to even make this even a little cooler, let's combine what we were talking about right at the beginning.
I'm just going to type some random stuff as well.
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, one of the random samples, I made this beat, by the way, as part of our beat making challenge. So one of the random samples that came up was this John Lennon song.
Nice. Rob.
Okay.
The track's really loud.
I think it's just this track.
I can hardly express my mixed emotions and my thoughtlessness.
So then I made the beat out of that sample. So this is going to be the freestyle. So what I'm going to encourage everybody to do is put as many of words, concepts, things you want me to talk about, and I'll just make it up as we go along. Okay, so then this is the John Lennon sample. All right. Of course, you never know how this is going to go. You know, we're just completely making it up off the top of the brain. But it goes like this. Where do I start? At the beginning. There's no question you'll always see me winning. Yeah, I never will mess about. Whenever I grip this mic, I always get a crowd. There's no question, and you think that it's absurd, but he's sick with a verse. I put together these words, and all these words that you're giving me up in the comments. Well, if you got a request, I will be on it. Now I'ma say it. Yeah, you're listening to me. I've been doing this since I was 15, a true MC. Could you believe this is how it has to be? I'm not conservative, and there is no magic money tree, but if there was, I'd be picking money off it. because I really gotta climb it for a profit. I pull it off like it's an apple and I eat it. That was some sick lyric, I won't repeat it. Of course, you know that there's more to me. I get on this mic, I'm more like a war machine. I am all you see, I am all you need. I got lyrics in my heart, can you hear my beliefs? It's coming off of the head, it's coming out of my tongue, it's coming through my body, and it's coming out of my lungs. But I'm just grateful that my lungs are working, because I know that thanks to the virus, some people are hurting. And of course, man, COVID is breaking hearts. It's kind of crazy, people in the graveyard, hate to see it, and I'm such a wordsmith. And James Bland said I did mean on purpose. Even though that's not what you asked me to say, I'm just reading the comments, so this is a game that I play. They know that I'm intelligent, relevant, never stupid. Also, the other thing breaking hearts is Cupid. I'm so sick, like I'm sent from above. All the people out of my show, they always give me love, because they see me on the stage and the beats get destroyed. I told you that it's in my soul, I do it for the joy. It's in me, it's how it has to be. Yeah, back in the day, I did it for family, did it for friends as well. They were standing around. Whenever I rap, I always will be attracted in a crowd. I got lyrics that are also subliminal, but I got a clean record and I don't roll with criminals. That's not how it goes, man. I have fun as well, so special shout out to Matt Dunwell. Yeah, everything that I say, it all makes sense. Every time that I rap, I always make friends, because people come around and they want to talk, and then ladies want the time with me. I guess they want to walk, and of course it's the truth, and I will not abuse it. I'm given the gift of talent. I love Leeds music. All the people that be putting it together, I hope you get back on stage and you could do it forever, because understand right now, he's a genius. Shit music, I'm allergic to it like peanuts. Yeah, you better know that you can't forget us. I know that them women sending me love letters. Yes, sir. To me, it's just nothing. Can't wait for the day we could be handshaking and hugging. It's all good, because that's the time when we thrive. And you hear me right now on Assembly Point Live. Yeah, I could keep on going for 3 days, and this rain needs to go away. We need a heat wave. Yeah, I'm just in my zone, I don't have any fears. I never cry, you will not see any tears. And of course, that's me. I've always been the truth. My brain is taking off like a hot air balloon. And you better understand I do it precise. I've been doing it, Michael Davis, doing it for my life. And of course, it's all good again. Yeah, Michael Court wants to say hug again. He needs another one. He needs his arms round him. He needs his people in the place. He wants to see him surround him. They know I could be here until I could fall out of breath. You say it's unbelievable, but I do what I do. I'm just rapping right here on my computer. I'm trying to make a way to make this rap here my future. I'm not a loser, I'm a winner. You absorb it. Of course, I never quit. I won't forfeit. Off at the top, and I really can't stop it. Yeah, there's nothing, James, nothing bland about chocolate. Get it? Bland chocolate. It's not that. Fusing your name, because I always drop a hot track. That's just how it goes, man. I've always had a hard flow. Can't stop though. I like to eat fresh avocado. Free Shabakadu. You've all seen the meme. They know that when I rap like this, that it's in my genes. Everything that I say, I always mean it. I like to eat meat. I'm afraid I'm no vegan, but I just keep on switching the rhyme scheme. They know the flow is colder than ice cream. Cause you know when I speak, I'm under something. Yo, shout out to Stevie, but he can't see his Wonder Woman. Get it? Stevie Wonder, Wonder Woman, can't see her. Of course, I got rhymes for days. It's just a game that I play. I could do it for like 2 nights. If you don't like it, we could probably start a food fight. Throw something at me right now. They know these lyrics coming out of my brain like rain from the clouds. And I'm about to finish off with that. James Bland now, he wants to talk all about cats. Well, for me, this rap thing here, well, it's a marathon. Shout out to Amy if she wants a new caravan. You better get saving, bro, cause she needs one. You put a beat on, well, I would just keep on. Cause I'm the truth, I'm the realness, the answer. I got a nice taste like Indian coriander. Yes, sir, I'm a sick rhyme writer. Other rappers fear me like they've seen spiders. Best believe that I'm always been great. I grew up watching wrestling, that was Jake the Snake. Yeah, now it's raining, you see a blizzard when it comes to these raps. Michael Davis, I'm a wizard, that's the freestyle flow when it's off at the top. Now I need a quick drink, so I'm gonna have to stop. But of course, we could do this, spit the lyric precise. Okay, James, the last one, he says City of Lights. Well, this is the life I'm living in, I bring it to life. They know that every lyric I do is always right now. You know it's me, man, there is nobody better. Shout out to Amy, I know you could listen to this forever, but there's no better, nobody is greater. You could go around the world, go around the equator, and you won't find a rapper like me. I've always done it so nice and precisely, it's been a blessing. I was so happy to come back. Could you believe I grew up a 15-year-old scumbag? Used to hang outside the shop, smoking weed, just chilling. But now I do my rap thing, I'm here to make a killing. But Nobody's hurting, I do it for certain till the day that I'm gone and they're drawing the final curtain. I just keep going and that's that flow. So I'ma take a bow when I'm gone. I hope you know that's the freestyle. There you go.
What the actual mate?
Ah, man.
That was absolutely incredible.
Man, do you know what?
My face hurts from smiling so hard.
See, that's what when I go into the schools, that's what I do. So I go around, I'll do an assembly, right, and get them to put like 20, 30 words on a board, and then I'll freestyle, and the kids absolutely buzz off that. Like they proper. Shout out to everyone in the comments. Thanks for your words.
Was unreal, honestly. Rob, mate, that was incredible. Honestly,
man, it's been good. It's been very good tonight. I must say thank you. Do you know what it is? I must say, because we started to have this conversation backstage, like we're not doing our thing at the minute. You know what I mean? I was going to schools and performing like a few times a week, and all that's kind of gone and for the time being, and it just feels amazing to be even just to be sat here but connecting with people. It feels good, man. So appreciate 100%. It.
No, honestly, I appreciate you coming on, and I can't get over how good that was. Like you've completely like blown my mind. And the free oh god, I can't even say it because it was so funny. When the avocado, free shavakadu, yeah. Free oh god, I can't, I'm terrible. Honestly, I can't even say one word, never mind all the words you said. Oh man alive. Honestly. Oh my god. What a show. Thank you so much for making it such a good night. Like
pleasure. Yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Definitely go to the Bandcamp. That's where you'll find all those verse days and some other songs that I've done. And I've actually put up the book in time that I was good. Well, so the book's up there as well. So you find a book of mine if you want to buy a copy of that. You'll find all the verses from Verse Day. You can buy the music on there. You can listen to it, stream it for free, whatever you want to do. Show love. Thanks for having me. And yeah, man, I hope you got the big 100 shows coming up. So
yeah, man,
keep going, man.
I will keep going. I'm loving it. Honestly, it shows like this. I mean, they've all been great, but it shows like this that make it totally worthwhile. So thank you very much for doing it.
It is my pleasure. Thank you, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks a lot.
Take care, Rob. See you later, dude.
And yourself in a bit.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. What a absolute incredible show. It's been mind-blowing. If you do want to support Rob, like he said, head over to his Bandcamp, which is on screen now. He also mentioned at the beginning of the show that he's starting a new series on his YouTube channel. I've put that on there as well. So if you make sure you go subscribe to his channel, show some love. You can obviously see how talented the guy is, how humble and how nice he is as well. And like, he's just like, just definitely worth keeping an eye out for. Is definitely something. It's like, I don't know about yourself, but he's blown my mind tonight. Like that whole freestyle at the end was unreal. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for those of you that have subscribed. If you are new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I do this every single day at 7. So if you want to join in the comments, thank you again for doing that. You guys are absolutely incredible. The engagement you give's awesome. I'm waffling again. I do it every night. But once again, thank you so much for the support. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.